step back with Chef Charles in the kitchen. I'll tell you what, how about I switch you places and you'll have better access to your area.
Oh, yeah, you just want to get closer to the food down there.
No, that's not what it is at all. All right, Chef Charles, we went from burgers now to chicken. Chicken wraps,
We're doing some
lettuce
chicken wraps here, lettuce wraps. Something that you can get done ahead of time, and then when your party guests come, you can do all this right in front of them. Make it kind of a fun, festive thing.
And this recipe has the word mandarin in it. Is this a mandarin sauce? Are there actual mandarin oranges somewhere involved?
Well, we use our Hartwell's Premium Mandarin Ginger Vinaigrette, and we actually have mandarin oranges in the dressing.
See?
Nice.
Yes, correct. So what I've got here is I put a little bit of sesame oil in the bottom of the pan and a little crushed red pepper. And then this is just a bagged slaw mix that you can buy. This is a broccoli slaw. It has Brussels sprouts, broccoli stems, some kale and carrots. It's really hearty, you know, so you can just get that started there, sauteed up. And then what I have here is just some leftover rotisserie chicken that we had, right?
Good.
And
and I think that makes a good point too, because if you buy rotisserie chicken, maybe you're kind of sick of eating it that way. You can change it into something else.
Oh, absolutely. You can do a great rotisserie chicken salad as well if you're doing. But you can see how easy this is going to come together. So it just takes a couple of minutes for the vegetables, a couple of minutes for the chicken here.
And we're really just warming the chicken up because it's already cooked.
It's already cooked. You're just warming the vegetables and warming the chicken. You want to keep the firm textural contrast with the vegetables. So we're just adding
want to stir that up and mix it up there, Chef? Or?
Yes. So we just take a little bit of the Mandarin ginger vinaigrette here. You can see it's starting to come together. Let me grab my tongs here real quick.
Sure.
And it doesn't take long. Again, this is something you would have everything prepared like we have here, and you can be eating in 5 minutes, right?
You made mention specifically of the texture. Why is that important?
I think with eating, you need to have multiple textures, as long as as well as multiple flavors. You want crunchy, you want soft, right? You want unctuous, you want all those things. That way, it kind of creates the perfect dish. You don't want to just eat a big pile of mashed potatoes, right?
Indeed.
I kind of like that.
And I'm going to add just a splash of soy, low sodium soy sauce here. So I always buy that. That way you can control your salt and sodium intake. You can see it starting to smell really good now. And
now,
then,
would it be weird to add balsamic vinegar to something like this?
for this particular dish, I probably would. I would skip the mandarin ginger. You could go a balsamic chicken wrap if you just wanted to do that.
Yeah, I don't just some.
Yeah, and you could use our honey balsamic dressing for that, which is what we have.
Nice.
So nice segue. It was perfect. Perfect segue. So we've got added some scallions here. I'm going to add some fresh cilantro.
Oh, I do love cilantro.
Just kind of break it up here, freely break it up. And you can use the stems too. The stems have just as much flavor as the leaves. Don't be afraid of the stems. And that's pretty much that. You can see how fast that comes together here.
Oh, looks good.
And it's very fresh. Good for you.
And, it's you know, a lot of people are on these various keto diets and things. I mean, this is definitely a keto-friendly dish because there's nothing carbohydrate in there, is there?
It's very little, if any, very little. And so it's lots and lots of protein and good flavors here. So we're going to plate these up here. And you just take a little bit, maybe a tongful, and put it right in the middle of your lettuce here. Now,
I love the wrap idea.
I've used a hydrobib lettuce. This is it's also called butter lettuce. You've seen it in the stores. It's called butter lettuce.
Yeah.
I like this. You can also use romaine spears. You could certainly use iceberg, but this is my favorite lettuce of choice for this.
And well, if nothing else, that lettuce is super pretty.
It sure is.
I mean,
It's like its own little bowl.
Yeah.
Almost, you know.
And again, you don't have a wrap or tortilla, so you're kind of skipping the carbs like we talked about. Right. And there you go. Yeah, you guys are welcome to taste here. Amber, would you like to try one?
Great. Sure.
You just bring them together like a taco there and kind of wrap it up. Gentlemen, I'll let you get yours there.
We're tripping off the sides.
I can already tell you I love this chicken.
It's so fresh.
That sauce is really good.
Thank you. And that's just the vinaigrette that we use. And I added just a splash of soy. You can even omit the soy because there's a little bit in the dressing. But with that crushed red pepper and the sesame oil, and you get that nice kind of umami flavor.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And you're feeling good, too, about what you're eating, you know, which I love.
Right, and you feel good afterward, too. You know, a lot of times you feel good while you're eating something and then you don't feel good afterward. Well, you're going to feel good afterward with this as well.
We are going to continue to stuff our faces. We encourage you to stick around, check out the commercials, and buy the